Hello everybody, my name's Alan. You're watching Guns, Gear, and Outdoors Alaska. And today, we're going to be shooting the charging bear target with 3 different rifles and 1 shotgun. If you watched last week's episode, we shot the charging bear target with some handguns. So I think it'll be interesting to put some long gun shots on there and then compare the two. So we're going to start off smallest gun we're using today, my BRN 16A1, chambered in 5.56 and 223. But before we get started, let me show you the setup if you haven't seen last week's episode. Okay, so our charging bear target. Here's our cantankerous charging bear, and he is mounted to a sled, which is attached to a rope. And I have this bag sitting here a few feet in front of the bear just to give the bear a few feet to accelerate, so I'm not catching him while he's moving real slow just at the beginning, because the snow machine doesn't accelerate as fast as a real bear. But yeah, we got a rope right along here. And that's hooked up to the snow machine. So the snow machine driver's behind the shooter at all times, and we have a good backstop here, so everything's safe. And I just wanted to point out for YouTube, this is a semi-automatic rifle, and I am using 20-round magazines, so we're advertiser friendly over here. So let's get to it. Felt pretty good, got quite a few shots off. This is a nice light-handed gun, comes up to the shoulder. I had a sight picture most of the time. So let's check out the target, see how we did. Okay, so we have our hits with the BRN 16A1 here, marked with green stickers. We got 7 shots on the bear, but this one isn't really in a good spot, so we got 6 shots in his head. Happened pretty fast, but yeah, this gun is flat shooting. You can just keep laying down fire pretty well. Good group on his head. And you might think, oh, using 223 FMJs for bear defense is crazy, but I know of a couple instances of polar bears and grizzly polar bear hybrids getting shot with it in semi-autos like this, or mini 14s. Just shooting 55 grain FMJs are really popular in the Arctic and the interior and some of the remote villages. And yeah, it gets used for that purpose more than you think, just because that's the rifle people are carrying. We can see here, it didn't do a terrible job. This would probably have been pretty effective just because of the volume of fire you can lay down with this gun. But let's step up in cartridge size and move on to the next gun. Next gun up is my trusty Savage Model 99 chambered in 300 Savage lever action. So we'll see how it does. Let's do it. Got 2 shots off with the old Model 99. Let's see where they landed. So the old Model 99 did pretty good. We're going to use the orange stickers for that. Got 2 shots off. And I'm pretty happy with that shot placement and getting another one off with the lever action in that short amount of time. But this prize comes from it's because I use this gun a lot. And I hunt with it probably more than any of the other guns we have out here. So just comfortability running the gun and shooting with it. Got 2 nice shots on target. Let's step it up one more time with the rifles, and we'll finish it off with the shotgun. Okay, next up is my sporterized Model 1917, chambered in 30-06, and these are 200 grain partition hand loads. This is the most powerful rifle I own, so let's see how it does against the bear target. Only got 1 round off with that one. Bolt cycle's just a touch slower than the lever gun. I was real close to getting that second one off, but not quite. Okay, only 1 round off with this guy. Really close to getting that second one off, but close doesn't count. Either way, I wouldn't want to get shot in the teeth with a 200 grain partition out of a 30-06. But yeah, one shot, little less handy, but shot placement's pretty good. Let's move on to our last gun of the day. Last up is my Mossberg Model 500, loaded with some Brennecke slugs. So let's get to it. Three shots off with the old Mossberg pump. Let's check them out. So the holes here from our 12 gauge slug, we got 3 on the bear, they're a little too big for the stickers. We can see one was a little low. This might have got him in the chest, but it also might have just skinned him. But these are 2 well-placed shots, and I think with those Brennecke slugs, that would have been pretty effective. And this is the gun I used in self-defense when I killed that charging moose earlier this winter. So I'm glad I had this gun. I've shot it like this before in a pretty real situation, and it performs well for that task. So I think, yeah, overall the rifles and shotguns did well. Let's go grab the target from what is last week for you guys. We filmed this all in one day, but let's grab the handgun target and compare the long guns to the handguns. See if we can draw any conclusions from that. So on the left here, we have a rifle and shotgun target, and on the right here, we have our handgun target. We can see just by the dispersion of those 10mm and 44 Magnum rounds, a lot bigger groups. These are all pretty well centralized on the face. And the other thing to keep in mind, these are a lot more ballistically capable cartridges. We're talking a lot more power, a lot more penetration, especially these 12 gauge hits. That's not messing around. So I think this illustrates pretty well that as long as you have it on your person, the long gun's always going to be the better option. But sometimes that's not always possible, and handguns still make a good backup. But this, rifles and shotguns, seem to be the way to go for this kind of thing. It's just easier to get up, easier to put well-placed shots on the bear in a hurry. So I hope you guys found this video interesting. It was a lot of fun for me to make. Please leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. And if you want to support the channel, you can check us out on Patreon. Like and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And thanks, everybody. Have a good one.